Financial freedom starts here. 12 brain hacks to build real wealth. The mind you build creates the wealth you build. Financial freedom begins long before you earn more money. It begins inside your mind, inside your habits, inside the quiet decisions no one sees. Money follows mindset. Money follows clarity. Money follows discipline. Money follows identity. If you want wealth, you must first become someone who thinks in a wealthy way. Most people try to change their lives from the outside in. They chase more income. They chase opportunities. They chase shortcuts. But nothing sticks. Nothing lasts, because their mind is still wired for scarcity, still wired for doubt, still wired for fear, still wired for survival. A poor mindset destroys even the best opportunities. A strong mindset multiplies even the smallest ones. This journey starts with understanding one truth. Your brain is not fixed. Your thinking is not fixed. Your beliefs are not fixed. Everything can change. Everything can grow. Everything can be trained. This is the power of brain hacks. Simple ideas, simple shifts, simple habits, but they create massive transformation over time. Not because they are complicated, but because they shape your identity. They shape the way you see money. They shape the way you react to opportunities. They shape the way you face challenges. They shape the way you use time. They shape the way you build your future. To build real wealth, you must begin with the foundation, your mind, your invisible world, your inner patterns, your self-talk, your discipline, your belief about what is possible for you. This first part of the journey is not about money itself. It is about preparing your mind to handle money, to understand money, to attract money, to multiply money, to manage money with calm, confidence, and clarity. Imagine a house. If the foundation is weak, everything collapses. It does not matter how beautiful the walls are. It does not matter how expensive the furniture is. It does not matter how well decorated the rooms are. One crack in the foundation destroys everything. The same is true with your mind. Wealth requires mental strength. Wealth requires mental clarity. Wealth requires emotional control. Wealth requires the ability to think long-term. These qualities are not gifts. They are skills. Anyone can learn them. Anyone can strengthen them. Anyone can master them. Let us begin with the first brain hack, the simplest one, the one that changes everything.
Brain hack 1. See money as a tool, not a trophy. Most people treat money like a trophy, as something that proves they are worthy, as something that shows they are better than others, as something they must chase to feel valuable. This mindset traps them. It creates stress. It creates fear. It creates unhealthy pressure. It makes money feel heavy, emotional, and complicated. Wealthy thinkers see money differently. They see money as a tool to buy time, a tool to buy freedom, a tool to create options, a tool to build a life with purpose, a tool to support their family, a tool to grow more money, a tool to create impact. When you see money as a tool, you stop fearing it, you stop worshiping it, you stop chasing it blindly. You simply learn how to use it, like learning how to use a hammer, or learning how to use a computer, or learning how to use a car. Money becomes a skill, not a mystery, and skills can be learned. Skills can be improved. Skills can be mastered. This mindset shift opens the door to financial freedom because you stop thinking emotionally. You start thinking logically. You start thinking clearly. You start making decisions that benefit your future, not your impulses. Repeat this idea every day. Money is a tool. Money is not your identity. Money is not your value. Money is something you learn to control, not something that controls you. When this truth sinks in, real wealth becomes possible. Brain hack 2. Train your attention, not just your effort. What you pay attention to shapes your entire financial life. Attention is the real currency. Attention determines what you notice. Attention determines what you ignore. Attention determines which opportunities look valuable. Attention determines which ideas become action. Two people can look at the same world and see completely different things. One person sees problems everywhere. The other sees solutions. One person sees risk. The other sees possibility. One person sees excuses. The other sees options. The difference is not intelligence. The difference is attention. Where your attention goes, your results follow. If you focus on what you cannot do, you stay stuck. If you focus on what you do not have, you feel powerless. If you focus on how hard life is, everything feels heavier. Nothing grows from this mindset. Nothing moves forward. But if you train your attention to notice opportunities, everything changes. You start recognizing small paths forward. You start noticing skills you can build. You start seeing habits you can change. You start identifying people you can learn from. You start finding ways to earn more. You start spotting patterns that others miss. Attention is like a flashlight. Wherever you shine it, that part of your life grows. Shine it on progress, and progress increases. Shine it on fear, and fear increases.
To build wealth, train your attention every day. Ask yourself simple questions. What is one small opportunity I can act on today? What is one skill I can build that will make me more valuable? What is one habit I can improve? What is one mistake I can learn from? What is one resource I can use? What is one step forward I can take? These questions keep your attention on growth, and the longer you focus on growth, the faster your life expands. Brain hack 3. Build identity first, results second. Most people try to change their results before changing their identity. They want more money, but they still think like someone who is broke. They want financial freedom, but they still think like someone who spends impulsively. They want success, but they still think like someone who doubts themselves. Results come last. Identity comes first. Who you believe you are shapes everything you do. If you see yourself as someone who cannot save money, you will always spend too much. If you see yourself as someone who is bad with money, you will avoid learning. If you see yourself as someone who is unlucky, you will wait for things to go wrong. If you see yourself as someone who never finishes what they start, you will quit early. Identity acts like a magnet. It pulls your actions toward it. It pulls your habits toward it. It pulls your decisions toward it. If you want a wealthy life, you must create a wealthy identity. How? By changing the way you describe yourself, by changing the way you speak to yourself, by changing the way you see yourself in the mirror of your mind. Start with simple statements. I am someone who learns about money. I am someone who takes responsibility for my future. I am someone who finishes what I start. I am someone who invests in my growth. I am someone who thinks long-term. I am someone who stays disciplined. I am someone who improves every day. I am someone who builds wealth with intention. These statements may feel small, but they are shaping the blueprint of your identity. And when identity changes, behavior follows naturally. You no longer force discipline. You become disciplined. You no longer force better habits. You become someone who lives better habits. You no longer force confidence. You become confident. Identity is the root. Results are the fruit. Change the root, and the fruit changes automatically. Brain hack 4. Think in long time, not short time. Wealth grows slowly. Mistakes grow quickly. This is why the wealthy think in long time. Not days, not weeks, not even months. They think in years. They think in decades. They think in lifetime arcs. This long-term mindset changes everything. It reduces emotional decisions. It increases consistency. It builds patience. It builds calm. It builds strategy. It allows wealth to grow naturally. Most people think in short time. They want fast results. They want instant rewards. They want progress without patience. This short-time mindset destroys wealth. It creates stress. It creates confusion. It creates bad choices. Thinking long-term is a superpower. It helps you stay focused when progress is slow. It helps you stay committed when results do not show. It helps you stay grounded during setbacks. It helps you stay disciplined during challenges. When you think long-term, small steps finally make sense. Saving $10 makes sense. Learning one new skill makes sense. Reading 10 minutes per day makes sense. Improving one habit makes sense. Investing consistently makes sense. Saying no to unhealthy spending makes sense. Long-term thinkers win because they stay in the game. Short-term thinkers lose because they quit too soon. Wealth grows for the patient, not the desperate. Start practicing long-term thinking today. Ask yourself, how will this choice feel in 1 year? How will this habit affect me in 3 years? How will this investment grow in 10 years? How will this mindset shape my entire life? Long-term thinking turns small actions into big transformations. Brain Hack 5. Focus on systems, not motivation. Motivation feels good, but motivation is unreliable. Motivation is temporary. Motivation fades when life gets busy. Motivation disappears when you get tired. Motivation collapses when things go wrong. Do not rely on motivation to build wealth. Rely on systems. Systems are habits you follow automatically. Systems keep you moving even when you feel tired. Systems protect you from emotional decisions. Systems reduce stress. Systems create structure. Systems create progress without effort. A system is simple. Save a fixed amount every week. Track your spending every night. Invest on the same day every month. Study a financial skill for 10 minutes per day. Review your goals every Sunday. Set rules for spending. Set rules for saving. Set rules for investing. Systems carry you when motivation fails. Systems create long-term change. Systems become part of your identity. Motivation starts the journey. Systems finish it. Brain Hack 6. Build self-discipline like a muscle. Discipline is the bridge between your goals and your reality. Discipline turns dreams into habits. Discipline turns habits into progress. Discipline turns progress into results. Nothing grows without discipline. No wealth, no confidence, no freedom.
Most people avoid discipline because they misunderstand it. They think discipline means punishment. They think discipline means pressure. They think discipline means forcing yourself to do things you hate. But discipline is not punishment. Discipline is protection. Protection for your goals. Protection for your future. Protection for the version of you that you are trying to build. Think of discipline like a muscle. A weak muscle cannot lift heavy weight. But when you train it daily, it grows. It becomes stronger. It becomes more stable. It becomes more reliable. The same is true with discipline. Start small. Grow steady. Repeat often. You do not build discipline with big promises. You build it with tiny actions. 5 minutes of reading. 5 minutes of studying. $5 saved daily. A simple routine you follow every morning. A simple rule you stick to every night. These are the actions that reshape your identity. The mistake most beginners make is trying to change everything at once. They create big plans. They set unrealistic goals. They force themselves into extreme routines. Then they quit. Not because they are weak, but because the approach is wrong. You must respect your current capacity. Grow it gently. Grow it steadily. Grow it intentionally.
Small discipline creates big transformation. Tiny discipline creates lifetime change. Self-discipline is freedom. The more you control yourself, the less the world controls you. The more you control your choices, the less money controls your emotions. The more you control your habits, the more wealth becomes predictable. Start with one simple rule. Follow it every day. Do not break it. Do not negotiate with it. Do not skip it. Let it become part of who you are. Then add another rule and another. Soon discipline becomes natural. Soon discipline becomes effortless. Soon discipline becomes your advantage. Self-discipline is not about being perfect. It is about being consistent. Not intense, consistent. Not dramatic, consistent. Not extreme, consistent. Consistency builds wealth. Consistency builds character. Consistency builds freedom. Begin today with the smallest discipline you can maintain. Protect it like gold. This is how wealth begins. Brain Hack 7. Replace negative money stories with empowering ones. Everyone has a money story. A story formed by childhood, a story formed by family, a story formed by mistakes, a story formed by fear, a story formed by society. These stories live deep inside your mind. They shape your behavior, they shape your emotions, they shape your decisions, often without you noticing. Some stories are helpful, most are harmful. Stories like money is always stressful. Stories like money is hard to earn. Stories like people like us never become rich. Stories like wealth is for lucky people. Stories like success always requires sacrifice that hurts. These stories create limits, invisible limits, heavy limits, limits that make you doubt your potential, limits that push opportunities away. To build wealth, you must rewrite your money story. You must clean the old beliefs. You must remove the old fears. You must break the mental patterns that hold you down. This process is simple. It begins with awareness. Ask yourself, what do I believe about money? Where did that belief come from? Does it help me? Does it limit me? Is it true? Is it useful? Is it mine, or did I inherit it from someone else? When you shine light on old money stories, they lose power. They stop controlling your behavior. They stop controlling your thinking. They stop controlling your emotions. Now replace them with new beliefs, stronger beliefs, clearer beliefs, empowering beliefs. You can choose new stories like these. Money can be learned. Money can be managed. Money can be grown. Money can be simple. Money can be safe. Money can be controlled with knowledge. Wealth is a skill. Financial freedom is possible for me. I can change my future. I can build new habits. I can improve daily. I can rewrite my entire relationship with money. These statements are not fantasies. They are new instructions for your brain. Your brain listens to the stories you repeat. Your brain responds to the words you feed it. Your brain adapts to the beliefs you practice. Changing your money story takes patience, but every repetition strengthens the new identity. Every repetition weakens the old identity. This is how transformation happens, quietly, internally, steadily, deliberately. Your financial life will only rise to the level of the story you believe. Change the story, change the life. Brain Hack 8. Strengthen emotional control around money. Money is emotional. It triggers fear. It triggers stress. It triggers shame. It triggers comparison. It triggers impatience. It triggers impulsiveness. Many people do not have a money problem. They have an emotion problem. Their emotions control their spending. Their emotions control their decisions. Their emotions control their confidence. Emotional control is a wealth superpower. It keeps you calm when money feels tight. It keeps you stable when the market changes. It keeps you patient when progress is slow. It keeps you clear when opportunities appear.
Wealthy thinkers manage emotions before they manage money. They pause before reacting. They breathe before deciding. They analyze before acting. They refuse to let panic guide them. They refuse to let ego rush them. Most financial mistakes come from emotional reactions, buying things to feel better, investing quickly to avoid missing out, quitting a habit after a stressful day, ignoring a budget because it feels uncomfortable, avoiding financial responsibilities because they trigger guilt. Begin taking control. It starts with awareness. Before you spend, pause. Before you invest, think. Before you react, breathe. Before you panic, reflect.
Ask simple questions. Do I want this, or do I want relief? Is this choice aligned with my future? Is this decision for my emotions or my goals? Will I regret this tomorrow? These questions put space between emotion and action. That space is where wealth grows. That space is where clarity appears. That space is where discipline lives. Emotional control is not about suppressing feelings. It is about directing them, guiding them, understanding them, choosing your response instead of being ruled by impulse. You do not need to be perfect. You only need to be aware. Awareness creates calm. Calm creates clarity. Clarity creates better choices. Better choices create wealth. Your emotions are powerful, but they do not have to be your master. Train them, guide them, use them. Let them become allies, not enemies. Emotional control makes you unstoppable. Brain hack 9. Learn to think in terms of value, not price. Poor thinkers focus on price. Wealthy thinkers focus on value. This single difference transforms everything. Price is what something costs today. Value is what something gives you over time. Price is short-term thinking. Value is long-term thinking. Price triggers emotion. Value triggers logic. Most people make decisions based on price. They buy cheap things that break fast. They choose low-cost options that cost more in the long run. They avoid investing in skills because the price feels high. They avoid growth opportunities because the first step feels expensive. This mindset traps them in cycles of loss. Loss of time, loss of energy, loss of opportunity, loss of potential. Thinking in value opens new doors. Value asks better questions. Will this skill increase my income? Will this habit improve my life? Will this decision save me time? Will this investment grow my wealth? Will this tool make me more productive? Will this knowledge benefit my future?
When you think in value, you begin to see the world differently. A book becomes a potential breakthrough. A course becomes a new income stream. A mentor becomes a shortcut to knowledge. A habit becomes a lifetime advantage. A small investment becomes a seed for future stability. Value thinking makes spending smarter. Value thinking makes investing clearer. Value thinking makes learning faster. Value thinking makes growth predictable. Shift your perspective. Ask value-focused questions daily. What benefit will this bring me? What future advantage does this create? Will this multiply my knowledge? Will this protect my time? Will this build my wealth? When you live by value, not price, you build a life that grows, a life that compounds, a life that expands, a life that becomes richer in every way. This mindset is a core piece of financial freedom, and once you learn it, you will never see money the same again.
Brain hack 10. Build relentless money confidence. Money responds to confidence. Money avoids hesitation. Money avoids fear. Money avoids chaos. Your brain creates the energy that money feels. Your confidence is a signal. A strong signal attracts opportunities. A weak signal repels opportunities. You must train your brain to broadcast strength. You must train your mind to speak the language of certainty. Confidence is not magic. Confidence is clarity practiced daily. Confidence comes from small wins. Confidence comes from repetition. Confidence comes from showing up even when you feel unprepared. Confidence comes from taking action before you feel ready. Every bold step strengthens a new neural pathway. Every courageous move teaches your brain to trust you. Self-trust is the foundation of wealth. If you do not trust yourself, money cannot trust you. If you hesitate, money hesitates. If you doubt, money disappears. If you believe, money expands. Your job is to build relentless money confidence. Relentless means daily. Relentless means consistent. Relentless means patient. Relentless means unstoppable. Confidence is a skill you can train. Start with small financial actions. Learn one money concept a day. Save a small amount each week. Track your spending without judgment. Practice asking for better deals. Practice saying no to impulse buying. Practice saying yes to future wealth. Celebrate progress. Record your improvements. Observe how your brain changes. Observe how your decisions sharpen. Observe how your awareness expands. Confidence grows one decision at a time. Confidence grows one action at a time. Confidence grows one tiny money win at a time. Your brain needs evidence. Give it evidence. Give it proof of progress. Give it moments of courage. Your money confidence will rise. Your ability to handle wealth will strengthen. Your presence will change. People will feel it. Opportunities will feel it. Money will feel it. You will become someone who attracts wealth naturally. You will become someone who creates wealth consistently. You will become someone who grows wealth intentionally. Your brain will learn what success feels like. Your brain will learn what wealth feels like. Your brain will learn what financial freedom feels like. Confidence is the doorway to higher levels of abundance. Walk through that doorway. Walk with certainty. Walk with purpose. Walk with intention. This is how wealth begins. This is how wealth grows. This is how wealth becomes your new normal. Your financial identity upgrades step by step. Your mindset expands day by day. Your courage strengthens moment by moment. Confidence is your new path. Confidence is your new power. Confidence is your new advantage.
Brain hack 11. Rewire your money identity. Your brain protects your identity. It always acts according to who you believe you are. If you see yourself as broke, you behave broke. If you see yourself as unlucky, you behave unlucky. If you see yourself as someone who never wins, you behave as someone who never wins. Your identity decides your financial ceiling. Your identity decides your financial limits. Your identity decides your financial behavior. You cannot outperform your self-image. You cannot grow beyond the story you tell yourself. Wealth begins with identity rewiring. Wealth begins with internal transformation. Wealth begins when you redefine who you are. Say this to yourself. I am capable of building wealth. I am able to learn anything. I can grow. I can rise. I can change. Your brain listens. Your brain adapts. Your brain rewires. Identity is plastic. Identity is flexible. Identity is something you can rewrite at any age. Your past does not decide your identity. Your mistakes do not decide your identity. Your family does not decide your identity. You decide your identity.
The wealth identity is built with repetition. The wealth identity is built with awareness. The wealth identity is built with intentional belief. Tell yourself the new story every morning. Tell yourself the new story every night. Tell yourself the new story every time doubt appears. The story becomes familiar. The story becomes comfortable. The story becomes your truth. Then your brain aligns your behavior to match that new truth. You start acting differently. You start choosing differently. You start spending differently. You start learning differently. You start seeing opportunities differently. A wealth identity attracts wealth. A wealth identity protects wealth. A wealth identity grows wealth. You must upgrade your identity to match your goals. If you want to earn more, you must see yourself as someone who earns more. If you want to save more, you must see yourself as someone who saves more. If you want to invest more, you must see yourself as someone who invests more. Your identity controls your financial thermostat. Turn that thermostat up. Raise your expectations, raise your standards, raise your requirements for yourself. Become someone who demands growth. Become someone who honors discipline. Become someone who works with clarity. Become someone who builds wealth intentionally. Identity change takes patience. Identity change takes repetition. Identity change takes courage. But identity change changes everything. Once your identity shifts, your financial life transforms. You start showing up differently. You start thinking differently. You start choosing differently. The world responds to your new identity. Opportunities recognize your new identity. People respond to your new identity. Your brain behaves according to your new identity. This is how wealth becomes natural. This is how wealth becomes normal. This is how wealth becomes permanent. Rewrite who you are. Rewrite who you are becoming. Rewrite your financial destiny.
Brain Hack 12. Create a lifetime wealth system. Wealth is not a moment. Wealth is not a trek. Wealth is not a lucky break. Wealth is a system. Systems create consistency. Systems create stability. Systems create predictable results. Your brain needs systems. Your money needs systems. Your goals need systems. A wealth system removes emotional decision-making. A wealth system removes confusion. A wealth system removes chaos. Build a simple system that works forever. A system you can follow daily. A system you can follow even when tired. A system you can follow even when stressed. A system that runs without willpower. The best wealth systems are simple. Save automatically. Invest automatically. Track your money weekly. Learn something new monthly. Improve your strategy yearly. These small rhythms build massive results. Your brain loves rhythm. Your brain loves routine. Your brain loves predictability. When your financial habits become automatic, your wealth becomes inevitable. Automation turns discipline into a background process. Automation removes resistance. Automation removes forgetfulness. Automation protects your future self. A wealth system also includes clear rules. Rules that guide your behavior. Rules that protect your money. Rules that strengthen your mindset. Create personal rules. No spending on emotion. No debt for lifestyle. No ignoring your savings. No skipping weekly reviews. Say yes to growth. Say yes to learning. Say yes to long-term thinking. Say yes to investing early. Rules protect you from your weaker moments. Rules protect you from impulsive decisions. Rules protect you from unnecessary risks. Your wealth system becomes your financial shield. Your wealth system becomes your financial engine. Your wealth system becomes your financial partner. A strong system multiplies money. A strong system multiplies confidence. A strong system multiplies opportunities. You do not need perfection. You need consistency. You need rhythm. You need structure. You need clarity. When your system is stable, your mind becomes calm. When your mind becomes calm, your decisions improve. When your decisions improve, your financial life rises. This is the secret. A system builds wealth even when motivation drops. A system builds wealth even when life becomes difficult. A system builds wealth even when you feel uncertain. Because systems do not rely on emotion, they rely on design. Design your wealth system with intention. Design it with clarity. Design it with discipline. Design it for the future you want. A lifetime wealth system ensures that your financial success is not temporary. It ensures your progress is permanent. It ensures your growth is unstoppable. This is how you build real wealth. This is how you protect real wealth. This is how you expand real wealth. Your future self will thank you. Your future life will reflect your choices today. This is the final step. This is the final upgrade. This is the beginning of a powerful financial journey. Your brain is ready. Your identity is transformed. Your confidence is strong. Your system is in place. Now wealth becomes automatic. Now abundance becomes natural. Now financial freedom becomes inevitable. You are no longer the same person. You are no longer limited by old thinking. You are no longer controlled by old patterns. You are becoming someone new. You are becoming someone powerful. You are becoming someone capable of extraordinary wealth. This journey is just beginning. The future is wide open. The path is clear. Step forward. Own your destiny. Build the life you want. Build the wealth you deserve.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Self-Study Every Day for more helpful lessons. Leave a comment and tell me what you want to learn next.